Konnichiwa! This is my Dreamcast, and I know what you're asking yourselves. Mike, how the fudge did you get your Dreamcast so dirty? Well, I'm not going to answer that, but what I will do is show you how to get your dirty white consoles bright again with a little help from the sun. Game on! If you want to restore your old retro white consoles, then remember, do your research. Make sure you know how to take the console apart and put it back together again without damaging it. So here we have my Dreamcast console. Now when I purchased this, it came complete. The boxing was amazing, came with all the packaging material, but then when I opened it up, it's this horrible dirty yellow color. And you can see the difference between the inside and the externals of the console here. So what we'll need to get this console back to its original white, we'll need cream peroxide, some screwdrivers, a big plastic jiffy bag, and plastic gloves. The gloves are really important because cream peroxide will irritate your hand, and if you get anything on your hands, make sure you wash it off and always follow the instructions on the bottle. Right, to start off, I'm going through and dismantling my console here. So this is the Dreamcast. You may be doing it on your NES or another console that is originally white or light greys. The cream peroxide is going to do a great job in kind of getting those consoles back to those original colors. When you take apart your console, make sure you've grounded yourself. You don't want kind of any static going into the parts here because that will fry everything. So taking apart a retro games console, especially kind of anything pre-Generation 6, is usually relatively easy to do. The screws in it are going to be Phillips. The more modern ones, you'll kind of get the kind of star-shaped screws in there, or very bespoke screws so that people can't open up their consoles or mod them. So it should be relatively easy to get into your retro gaming console. Be very careful when you take out any motherboards or joypad connectors, as these parts are the most likely to break, as this is where the stress occurs. When you stick in power plugs or joypads, it puts a lot of stress on the solder there. If when you put your console back together again and it doesn't switch on or the controllers don't work, it's most likely you've put some stress on those parts and you're going to have to get those resoldered. Once you've dismantled your console and you've made sure that all the innards are safely packed away and out of the way, it's time to get on your rubber gloves and get applying the peroxide. First things first, get your big jiffy bag ready, open up your peroxide. So with your peroxide, you want 12% with a 40 volume in there, and you want to get yourself a large bottle so you're not caught short with not having enough cream. And then cover the console. Just get as much as you can on there, get in all the grooves. Again, make sure you've washed down your console before you start putting the cream on there, because any dirt that's on the console, the cream won't be able to penetrate that, especially if it's kind of really gritty, greasy dirt on there. So make sure you've cleaned your console down and then apply the cream and just rub it all over that console. Make sure you get into all the gaps, especially where you've got a lot of discoloration. Once you've applied the cream onto the console part, stick it inside the bag. Here I get some more cream and just add it on there. It's a pretty dirty console, and then I just rub it in, make sure it's all nicely worked in. Seal the bag, then clean the bag off of any cream, and then for the next hour or 2 hours, just every 15 minutes, come back and move the cream around. You want to make sure that the cream's evenly distributed over the console, otherwise when you put it out to dry in the sun, you could end up with patches or marks. We've had it outside for 2 days and it's been overcast and rainy, but that is not bad. You know, if I'd done this in the summer, I think we would have got even better results, but that's not bad at all. Let's put it back together again. And here's the Dreamcast put back together again. Considering the conditions I had here in the UK, it's October and it's overcast and a bit rainy, I'm really happy with the results. It's not come out 100% to the original color, but considering how bad this was, it was a dark, dingy yellow. This has come out really, really nicely. I don't know, I've got a spare screw. So next time when you're looking at your old white console and it's looking a bit drab, remember you don't have to go out and buy a new one, you can restore it yourself. I've got loads more retro gaming console videos that you can check out in this playlist over here. And if you want more retro gaming goodness, then remember to subscribe by clicking on my little pixel head below.